The Grand Slam of North American Wild Sheep has been around since Grancel Fitz coined the phrase 70 years ago, probably in 1947. He had an article published in April of 1948, so obviously he had to have written it several months before. Anyway, less than a decade later, the Grand Slam Club was founded by Bob Householder in 1956. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've been around for 62 years. Considering these dates of yesteryear, one would think this lifetime achievement might have lost some of its luster. However, the recipients here tonight prove the Grand Slam is as important today as it was to Grancel Fitz and Bob Householder in the beginning. Every single documented Grand Slam has been important, and tonight we're honoring many individuals who have completed their Grand Slams within the last couple of years. We'll be breaking this large number of Grand Slammers into groups. Please hold your applause until everyone in each group has been introduced. For you Grand Slammers, we ask you to please quickly make your way to the stage as your name is called. Now for our first group. With a Desert Bighorn from Sonora, Thomas Shirk of Ohio became Grand Slammer number 1878 in 2014 after a 22-year quest. Thomas's first ram was a British Columbia Stone taken in 1992. Next was his Doll Ram, which was taken from NWT in 1994. Thomas became a three-quarter slammer in 1996 after taking a Rocky Mountain Bighorn in Alberta. Our next Grand Slammer is D. Bruce Faber of Colorado, who holds Grand Slam number 1910. Bruce started his Grand Slam quest in 2005 with an NWT Doll sheep. Next for Bruce was a banded sheep that was also taken from NWT. In 2009, Bruce used archery equipment to take an Alberta Bighorn. Bruce achieved his Grand Slam with a Desert Bighorn from Nevada in 2015. Dave Williams of Washington became Grand Slammer number 1919 in 2013 after taking a Desert Bighorn from Sonora, Mexico. Dave's first ram, a Stone, came in 2006. In 2007, Dave added a Rocky Mountain Bighorn, and his three-quarter slam ram was a Doll taken in 2009. With a fantastic Desert Bighorn from Tiburon Island, Mexico in 2016, Jim Lines of Texas qualified for Grand Slam number 1920. Jim scored with a Stone in 2013 and then a Doll in 2014. In 2015, Jim hunted in New Mexico and took a Rocky Mountain Bighorn. Jim will be honored on Saturday night for a 700 Club Grand Slam, and a few of the rams you've seen here should give you an idea why. Bob Kagi of California became documented Grand Slammer number 1965 after registering a Desert Bighorn from Sonora in 2017. Backing up 36 years, his Stone sheep came from the Yukon in 1981. In 1997, Bob took his Doll sheep from Alaska. Bob's California Bighorn taken from British Columbia in 2015 was his three-quarter slam ram. We now come to 1967, which belongs to Pat Ward Jr. of Utah. Pat completed his Grand Slam like so many others with a Desert Bighorn. He took that ram from Arizona in 2016. Pat's Doll was taken from NWT in 2006. It was in 2008 that Pat took his Stone ram from British Columbia and then a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Utah. Hailing from Wyoming is Cody Kennedy, who was assigned Grand Slam number 1968. Cody took a Wyoming Bighorn in 1992 as his first ram. Cody's Doll and Stone came from British Columbia in 1996 and 1997 respectively. It's not common to see a Doll from BC. Cody's Grand Slam was achieved in 2017 with a Sonora, Mexico Desert Bighorn. Our next Grand Slammer is Bob McGee of Indiana, who now holds documentation number 1970. Bob's first ram in his quest was a Rocky Mountain Bighorn taken in 2014. In 2015, Bob managed to take his Doll sheep in July, and only a month later got his Stone ram. Bob achieved his Grand Slam in 2017 with the Desert Bighorn from Sonora. Bob was guided on all four hunts by Tyler Leuenberger, who you're able to see in all four of Bob's photos. From Virginia comes Steve Stone, who holds Grand Slam number 1971. Steve's first ram was an Alaska Doll from 2012. Next was his Stone Sheep in British Columbia in 2013. Steve became a three-quarter slammer in 2014 with a California Bighorn. Steve's Grand Slam was achieved in 2017 with a Sonora, Mexico Desert Bighorn. Grand Slam number 1972 was issued to Mark Peterson of Michigan. Mark's sheep hunting career started in 2011 with a Stone from British Columbia. Next was an NWT Doll sheep in 2012. Mark reached the three-quarter slam level with a Desert Bighorn from Sonora also in 2012. Mark completed his Grand Slam with an Alberta Bighorn in 2013. That concludes this group, so let's give them a big round of applause. Now to our next group. It was a Desert Bighorn from Sonora that completed Grand Slam number 1973 for James Zemer in 2017. James took his doll from Alaska in 2014. His Stone Sheep from British Columbia came in 2015, and his Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Arizona in 2016. So you see, James achieved his quest in 4 consecutive years. We now come to number 1974, which belongs to Barry Rumpel of Wisconsin. Barry's first ram was an Alaska Doll taken in 2013, but we'd like to share his amazing 2015 Alaska Doll that was the recipient of the Carlo Caldisi Award in 2016. Barry's Stone Sheep was taken in British Columbia in August 2014. Only a month later, in September, Barry became a three-quarter slammer with an Alberta Bighorn. It was in March 2017 that Barry completed his slam with the Desert Bighorn from Tiburon Island, Mexico. Our next Grand Slammer is Brendan Burns of Montana, who now holds documentation number 1978. Brendan's taken 9 North American sheep, but the 4 you see here represent a Grand Slam of 53 years of age. His unique 15-year Doll sheep was taken in Alaska in 2015. In 2013, Brendan hunted in the Yukon and collected an 11-year-old Stone ram. Brendan took his massive 13-year-old Montana Bighorn using archery equipment in 2015. And Brendan completed his slam with a 14-year-old Desert Bighorn from Coahuila, Mexico in 2017. Lewis Breland of Alabama became documented Grand Slammer number 1981 after taking a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta in 2016. Lewis's first ram was a Doll from NWT in 2014, and also in 2014, Lewis took a Stone Sheep from British Columbia. Lewis became a three-quarter slammer with a Desert Bighorn taken from Sonora in 2015. Bobby Tice of Texas became documented Grand Slammer number 1984 after taking a Desert Bighorn from his home state in 2017. Bobby's first ram was a Stone from British Columbia in 2011. His Doll came from NWT in 2012, and Bobby took a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from British Columbia in 2014. It was an archery taken Stone Sheep that completed Grand Slam number 1985 for Donald Thompson of Missouri. That final ram was taken in 2017. Backing up, his Doll sheep came from Alaska in 1987, and one of the 4 rams, it was the only one taken with a rifle. In 2010, Don arrowed an Alberta Bighorn, and his Desert Bighorn was taken in Utah using a bow in 2016. Hailing from Wyoming is Mackenzie Sims, who is documented Grand Slammer number 1986. Mackenzie started his slam quest in Utah during 2011, where he took a California Bighorn. The following year, Mackenzie took his Desert Bighorn in New Mexico. Mackenzie became a three-quarter slammer in 2016 after taking an Alaska Doll. It was a Stone Sheep from British Columbia during 2017 that gave Mackenzie his Grand Slam. We now come to 1987, which belongs to Michael Dullen of Alaska. Michael completed his Grand Slam, like so many others, with a Desert Bighorn from Sonora in 2017. In 1984, Michael took a self-guided Doll sheep in his home state. His stone ram was taken from British Columbia in 2002. Michael's three-quarter slam ram was a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta during 2016. Matt Thompson of Oregon became documented Grand Slammer number 1988 after registering a Desert Bighorn he took from Tiburon Island in 2015. Matt's first ram was a home state Rocky Mountain Bighorn, taken in 1996. In 1999, Matt traveled to NWT and took a Doll sheep. Matt added a stone sheep from British Columbia to become a three-quarter slammer in 2002. With the 2017 Wyoming Bighorn, Richard Nilsson of Florida became Grand Slammer number 1989. Richard's slam quest started in 2000 when he took a Doll sheep from NWT. Next was a Desert Bighorn from Sonora in 2000. Richard's three-quarter slam ram was a stone sheep from British Columbia in 2013. Of extreme interest is that the Wyoming Bighorn that completed Richard's Grand Slam simultaneously completed his Triple Slam, Super Slam, and Slam Quest Pinnacle. That concludes this group, so let's give them a big round of applause. Next up is Blair Kennewell of Michigan, who was assigned Grand Slam number 1990 after taking a California Bighorn from British Columbia in 2017. That same ram also completed his Ovis World Slam, for which he'll be recognized later this evening. An Alaska Doll in 2006 was the first ram in Blair's Slam Quest. Blair's stone ram also came from British Columbia, and that was in 2009. In 2011, Blair hunted in Sonora to get a Desert Bighorn. Our next Grand Slammer is Louis Polish Jr. of Nevada, who now holds documentation number 1991. Louis began his quest in 2011 with a Doll sheep from NWT. His Rocky Mountain Bighorn was taken in Utah during 2012, and only a month later he scored with a Desert sheep in his home state. Louis completed his Grand Slam in 2017 with a stone sheep from British Columbia. We are pleased to announce that Sam Murfitt of Montana has been assigned Grand Slam number 1992. Sam started with a Doll sheep in 1998. He waited a while and took his Desert Bighorn from Sonora in 2016. Sam's stone sheep was taken in British Columbia later in 2016, and he also achieved his Grand Slam with a California Bighorn from BC a year later in 2017. Lonnie Cook of Missouri holds documented Grand Slam number 1993. Lonnie's first ram on his Grand Slam journey was a Doll sheep from NWT in 2015. His stone came only a month later in British Columbia. Lonnie became a three-quarter slammer in 2016 with a Desert Bighorn from Coahuila, Mexico. Lonnie's Grand Slam was completed in 2017 with an Alberta Bighorn. Jay Evers of Alabama is the next Grand Slammer we want to honor tonight. Jay's first ram was a Desert Bighorn from Sonora in 2013. In 2014, Jay got an NWT Doll. His three-quarter slam ram was a stone from British Columbia during 2015. And Jay achieved Grand Slam number 1995 in 2017 with a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta. We now come to 1996, which belongs to Hobson Reynolds of Georgia. Hobson completed his Grand Slam with a California Bighorn from British Columbia in 2017. Well, backing up, his first ram was a Doll sheep in 2001. In 2013, Hobson got his stone sheep in the Yukon. A Desert Bighorn from Sonora was taken by Hobson in 2014. It was a Rocky Mountain Bighorn that completed Grand Slam number 1997 for Ray Anderson of Wisconsin. That final ram was taken in Wyoming in 2017. Backing up, his first ram was a Doll sheep in 2009. In 2015, Ray scored with a stone sheep in British Columbia. Ray's three-quarter slam ram was a Desert Bighorn taken in Sonora in 2017. Grand Slam number 2000 was issued to Jim Stager of Pennsylvania. Jim's sheep hunting career started in 2005 with the Stone from British Columbia. Next was an NWT Dall sheep in 2009. Jim reached the three-quarter slam level with the Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta in 2012. Jim completed his Grand Slam with the Desert Bighorn from Sonora, Mexico in 2017. Our next Grand Slammer is Brock Brimhall of Alaska, who now holds documentation number 2004. Brock's first ram, a Stone, was taken from British Columbia in 2013 using a rifle. Brock took the rest of his sheep with archery equipment. On August 1, 2017, Brock arrowed a Rocky from Oregon, and only 2 days later, he got his archery Desert Bighorn in Nevada. A month later, on September 1st, Brock collected a California Bighorn in Washington. In October, he arrowed an Alaska Dall sheep, and that's a lot of bow hunting for sheep in a short period of time. That concludes this group, so let's give them a big round of applause. With a Dall sheep from the Yukon, Jay Chernosky of Texas became Grand Slammer number 2005 in 2017. Jay's first ram was a Stone taken from British Columbia in 2012. 2014, Jay took his Desert Bighorn in Chihuahua, Mexico. Jay became a three-quarter slammer in 2016 after taking his Rocky Mountain Bighorn in Alberta. Brian Tellerico of Wyoming became Grand Slammer number 2006 in 2017 after taking a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Colorado. Brian's Dall sheep came from Alaska in 2008. In 2013, Brian got his Stone sheep on a hunt in British Columbia. Brian's third ram toward his Grand Slam was a South Baja Desert Bighorn in 2014. From Mexico comes Juan Bringas, who holds Grand Slam number 2007. Juan's first ram was a Dall from NWT in 2011. Next was his Stone sheep taken in the Yukon in 2013. Juan's three-quarter slam ram was a Desert Bighorn from Sonora in 2016. He achieved his Grand Slam in 2017 with a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta. We now come to number 2009, which belongs to KUIU founder Jason Hairston of Montana. Jason completed his Grand Slam, like so many others, with the Desert Bighorn, and his massive ram came from California in 2017. Jason's first of 5 Dall rams was taken in NWT during 2011. Next was his Stone sheep, taken from British Columbia in 2014. Jason's Rocky Mountain Bighorn was taken in New Mexico in 2016. He was a Desert Bighorn that completed Grand Slam number 2010 for Jerry Monk of Utah. That final ram was taken in Utah in 2017. It was in 2012 that Jerry first took an Alaska Dall sheep, and only 2 months later got his Rocky Mountain Bighorn once again from his home state of Utah. In 2016, Jerry became a three-quarter slammer with a Stone sheep in British Columbia. Hailing from Pennsylvania is Anthony Glasso, who was assigned Grand Slam number 2011. Anthony took his Stone in British Columbia during 2011. Next was an NWT Dall ram in 2012. Anthony became a three-quarter slammer in 2015 after taking a Desert Bighorn from South Baja. Anthony achieved his Grand Slam with a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta's Canmore Bow Zone. With a Desert Bighorn from Sonora, Byron Whitney of Texas became Grand Slammer number 2012. Byron's Stone sheep was taken in British Columbia in 2005. His Rocky Mountain Bighorn was taken in Alberta in 2008, and he became a three-quarter slammer in 2009 with a Yukon Dall sheep. Joe Mulcahy of Wyoming became Grand Slammer number 2014. In October 2017, after taking a Desert Bighorn from Carmen Island, Mexico. Joe's Dall sheep came from NWT in 2011. In 2015, Joe got his Stone sheep on a hunt in British Columbia. Joe's third ram toward his Grand Slam was a Rocky Mountain Bighorn taken in Alberta in 2016. Our next Grand Slammer is Tom Lester of Texas, who now holds Grand Slam number 2016. Tom took his Doll sheep from NWT in 2003. His stone was taken in British Columbia in 2006, and Tom's 3/4 Slam Ram was a home state Desert Bighorn taken in 2012. Tom's Rocky Mountain Bighorn, which gave him the 4 Rams, was taken from Montana in 2017. That completes our Grand Slammers for 2018, but remember there's more to come. Again, please make your way to the stage quickly. Let's give all of them one more round of applause. Tonight we have several people who have documented multiple Grand Slams, ranging from a second to many more. We want to recognize all of them as a group, so please hold your applause until everyone's been introduced. As your name is called, please make your way to the stage quickly. Mark Farnum of North Dakota documented his second Grand Slam recently with a California Bighorn from Nevada in October 2017. These permits are extremely difficult to draw, but Mark was extremely lucky. His Mexicana Desert Bighorn was taken in Arizona in December 2017. Again, Mark was very lucky to draw this tag. Leading up to these 2 Rams, Mark hunted in the Yukon in 2000 to take a Doll Ram, and again in 2016 to take a Fannin sheep. Rick Garzoli of California recently documented his second Grand Slam. The ram that got Rick to this additional milestone was a stone sheep from British Columbia in 2016. The other rams that make up Rick's second Grand Slam date back to a Colorado Bighorn taken in 1989. Rick's second Desert Bighorn came in 1995, and his doll was from 1997. Darren Glass of Texas is being recognized tonight for his second Grand Slam. The ram that got Darren to his second slam was a Fannin ram from the Yukon in 2017. In 2006, Darren took a Rocky Mountain Bighorn in New Mexico. In 2011, he got an Alaska Doll sheep, and in 2015, a Desert Bighorn from Sonora, which are included in his second slam. We are honoring Eduardo Negrete of Mexico tonight for his second Grand Slam. Eduardo took a Fannin sheep from NWT in 2009. In 2014, Eduardo took a South Baja Desert Bighorn in March, and then in November, he got a California Bighorn in Washington. It was a Doll sheep from Alaska in 2016 that completed Eduardo's second Grand Slam. Alan Sackman of New York started working on his second Grand Slam with a Doll sheep in 1988. Alan's second stone was taken from British Columbia in 1996, as was his second Bighorn of the California variety in 2004. Then in 2016, Alan took a Desert Bighorn from Sonora that put him on the permanent list with a second Grand Slam. British Columbia's own Jim Shockey achieved his second Grand Slam with a West Texas Desert Bighorn on New Year's Day 2017. In 1996, Jim took his second stone sheep from his home province, and in 2004 he added a Wyoming Bighorn. These first 3 sheep mentioned were all taken with a muzzle loader. Jim's doll was with a rifle and taken from the Yukon in 2013. Jim's first Grand Slam was with a muzzleloader, so with another doll taken by this method, he would have 2 muzzleloader Grand Slams. Kent Deligans of Texas is being recognized tonight for his third Grand Slam. Kent's done a tremendous amount of hunting in North America, which was evident last night when Kent accepted his second Super Slam award. Kent has 16 North American rams to his credit. Those include 6 dolls, 2 stones, 1 Fannin, 3 Rockies, 1 California, and 3 Desert Bighorns. Kent's third Grand Slam consists of a doll from 1990, a Fannin from 2007, a California Bighorn from 2004, and a Desert Bighorn from 2017. Rex Baker of Georgia is being recognized tonight for both his third and fourth Grand Slams. Those include 2 NWT dolls from 2012 and 2016, 2 British Columbia Stones from 2015 and 2017, 2 Rocky Mountain Bighorns from Alberta from 2014 and 2016, and finally 2 Deserts, one from South Baja in 2013 and the second from Sonora in 2015. Even though Rex has 40 ovis species and more than 80 wild sheep to his credit, he hasn't forgotten the majestic sheep that live on the North American continent. William C. Bill Foose of New Jersey has 23 North American sheep to his credit, but is being recognized tonight for his 4th Grand Slam. Bill has registered 9 dolls, 5 stones, 5 Desert Bighorns, and 4 Rocky Mountain Bighorns. Bill's 4th Grand Slam consists of an NWT doll from 2004, a British Columbia Stone from 2010, a South Baja Desert Bighorn from 2010, and a Wyoming Bighorn from 2017. Hopefully Bill has another Bighorn book so he can accept his 5th Grand Slam at the 2019 show. Kenneth H. Jones of Utah has done a tremendous amount of North American sheep hunting. The fact that we're recognizing him tonight for a 4th Grand Slam should prove that. The ram that got Kenneth to this additional milestone was a Desert Bighorn from Sonora in 2017. Kenneth took a Colorado Bighorn in 2005 as his 4th of that species. In 2006, Kenneth hunted in Alaska and got his doll sheep. The stone sheep was next for Kenneth, and he took it in British Columbia during 2009. Alberta's Greg Oberland is being recognized tonight for his 6th Grand Slam. Greg's first ram in his 6th slam is a stone taken from British Columbia in 2005. Greg took doll number 6 from NWT in 2016, and also in 2016, Greg hunted in South Baja to get his 6th desert ram. Finally, Greg achieved Grand Slam number 6 with the Rocky Mountain Bighorn from British Columbia in 2017. Greg will be inducted into the 700 Club on Saturday night for his 4 largest rams that have a combined score of 703 and 2/8 points. We can credit Jeff Damask of Colorado with 32 North American wild sheep. Within those, we're able to honor Jeff tonight for his 6th Grand Slam. Included are a 2014 Desert from Sonora, a 2014 Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Idaho, a 2015 Stone Ram from British Columbia, and a 2017 Doll Sheep from the Yukon. Jeff will also be inducted into the 700 Club on Saturday night for his 4 largest rams that have a combined score of 730 and 2/8 points. George Lawrence III of Washington is being recognized tonight not only for his 7th Grand Slam, but also as the first person to document 2 muzzleloader Grand Slams. George has taken other Grand Slams using archery equipment, rifle, handgun, open-sighted 30-30, 2 using black powder, and 1 using a combination of methods. It was his 2nd muzzleloader Grand Slam that also gave him 7 Grand Slams. George's first ram in this achievement was a black powder stone sheep taken from the Yukon in 2010. Next up for George was a Desert Bighorn from Chihuahua, Mexico in 2011 using his muzzleloader. In his 2nd muzzleloader slam, George added a California Bighorn from his home state of Washington in 2012 on a self-guided hunt. Finally, George reached 7 Grand Slams and his 2nd muzzleloader Grand Slam with the doll sheep taken in NWT in 2017. Doug Leach of West Virginia is being recognized tonight for his 8th, 9th, and 10th Grand Slams. There's only one other sheep hunter to have documented a 10th Grand Slam, and that was Butch Kuflak of California, who did it in 2008. These last 3 slams include sheep from all over North America. We're going to see 2 California Bighorns from Nevada, 3 dolls from NWT, 2 Navajo Nation Deserts, a Nevada Desert, and 3 British Columbia Stone Sheep. Obviously, this man has certainly been after the sheep of North America. He set his mind to completing as many Grand Slams as he could in his lifetime, obviously at the expense of a lot of other hunting. For our last multiple Grand Slammer tonight, we'd like to call Tom Foss of Alberta to the stage. Tom's original Archery Grand Slammer 30 was completed in 2007. He completed his second Archery Slam in 2009. Well, Tom is being recognized tonight for his third Archery Grand Slam. It consisted of a home province bighorn in 2008, a Carmen Island, Mexico Desert Ram in 2009, a Fannin from the Yukon in 2011, and the last of the four was a doll from NWT taken in July 2015. Let's give all these multiple Grand Slammers a big round of applause. Each year we recognize Archery Grand Slams separately. Those slams have their regular Grand Slam documentation number, but they have an additional number representing an Archery Grand Slam. For 2018, we have only one newly documented Archery Grand Slam. It happens to be number 66, which indicates this individual is the 66th person to take and document this amazing accomplishment. It's also Grand Slam number 2008. And it belongs to Kurt Keskamaki of British Columbia. Kurt's first ram was a Colorado Bighorn in 1984. In 1991, Kurt hunted in Nevada and arrowed a Desert Bighorn. Kurt's next archery ram was a Stone Chief from his own province in 2016. And all three of these rams were taken self-guided. Finally, in 2017, Kurt hunted in NWT and took his doll sheep to complete his Archery Grand Slam. So join with us in giving Kurt a big round of applause. As with the Archery Grand Slammers, we recognize Lady Grand Slammers separately. Those slams also have regular Grand Slam documentation numbers, with an additional number representing the sequence as a Lady Grand Slammer. For 2018, we have two Lady Grand Slammers to recognize tonight. Charlene Winkler of California holds permanent Grand Slam number 1964 and Lady Grand Slam number 63. She earned these spots in history when she documented a Desert Bighorn from Chihuahua, Mexico in 2017. Backing up to 1996 and 1998, we find Charlene took two Yukon doll sheep. Next for Charlene was a stone taken from British Columbia in 2001. Charlene became a three-quarter slammer after registering a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta in 2004. Sherry Brents, who hails from Arkansas, became permanent Grand Slammer number 1994 and Lady Grand Slammer number 65 after taking a Rocky Mountain Bighorn from Alberta in 2017. Sherry's first ram was a doll from the Yukon in 2005. Next came a Desert Bighorn from South Baja in 2006. Sherry became a three-quarter slammer with a Stone Sheep from British Columbia in 2012. We can now honor these two ladies with a big round of applause.